Hello and welcome back to Fable's Cosy ASMR. My name is Amy and here we are back in Diessa Plateau in Guild Wars 2. We have jumped straight into the middle of an event, which is actually quite handy because what I want to do today is attempt to complete the map here. That means finding all the areas, which I think I might have done already, completing all the hearts, all the hero points, finding all the points of interest, and finding all the vistas. Now we're more than halfway through the map already. I think we could be at about 70%, but I still think this might take a bit longer than my usual videos. So my plan is to chat with you for the first half or 2/3 and then let you enjoy the ambience of the zone for the final section. Now we're starting off here with a renown heart. We have to help Rain Timber Mill. It says help train young Skelk, order train Skelk to assist around the mill and take out hostile Skelk around the mill. It is that final bit that I'm really focusing on right now. The hostile Skelk seem to be popping up quite quickly, and it does look like this heart is not going to take too long. In general, the hearts do take longer to complete than, for example, searching for points of interest or vistas. But there are one or two exceptions to that, and I think we might see that later. There do appear to be one or two other people also doing this heart. There has of course been a lot of buzz about Guild Wars recently. We've had Guild Wars Reforged come out on mobile. There was the announcement about Guild Wars 3, and I think there has been a real renewed surge of interest in the franchise. There we go, that's the heart complete. We will head over and look for this vista and waypoint next. But yes, it is generally busy in Guild Wars 2 right now. I wouldn't say it has ever been incredibly quiet. It's very rare to jump into a map and see absolutely no one else around. And I think the game's mega servers have a lot to do with that. But I am seeing a lot of players. I don't know about new players, maybe returning players, and doing things like map completion and being out here in Diessa Plateau. It is really noticeable that there are a lot of other players doing the same tasks that I'm doing, which isn't necessarily something you would have seen a few months ago. Now we have glided straight down into another heart, so let's dive into this one. We have to protect Red Reeve Mill from separatists. Now, if I am remembering correctly, the faction of separatists in Ascalon here are essentially trying to disrupt peace negotiations between the humans and the Char. those two races have historically been enemies in the story of the game. That forms part of the story of Guild Wars 1. But they are now at peace, they are working together, and I think the separatists are supposed to be trying to disrupt that. There is a chance I'm completely misremembering that, but I do think that is what is going on in some of these char zones in Ascalon. Again, I don't think this heart is going to take too long. In general, the hearts where you can defeat enemies are the fastest ones to complete. There is a huge range of different activities needed in some hearts. There's an awful lot you could do without defeating any enemies at all, but it is usually the quickest way to wrap them up. So that's what I'm going to focus on here. And as usual, I have my trusty pet Cloudpaw helping me out. He is doing so much damage. I spoke about this in my last video out here on this character, and I was guessing that the amount of damage you do as a low-level character is sort of scaled to make the game easier as you're leveling. I don't know if that's true, but comparing the damage that Cloudpaw here does compared to cat pets on my high-level ranger, it does feel like that's what's happening. Right, that is another heart wrapped up. Let's see. We have a vista and a hero point further south. That's not too far away, so I think we will run that way next. Now this is one that I suspect might give me difficulty. I might have to resort to the sky scale to keep things moving along, because I have a feeling both the vista and the hero point are quite difficult to get to. They're somewhere up on those walls we can see ahead. Ow. Something is repeatedly attacking me. What is that? Well, Cloudpaw's taking care of that apparently. Oh, we've just completed an event. I did a very little bit outside of the mill, but then it seemed to be disappearing off in another direction. So we can see on the map the vista and the hero point. They are somewhere up there. I'm not sure how we get up there. There is a point of interest through here in this separatist camp, so we will unlock that first and then see if we can get higher up from here. It is not looking like it. I don't think that's the way to go. We may well have to go some distance along the wall and work our way up to the vista. I have a very vague recollection of doing it. Oh, I was going to try and speed that up there and use the sky scale, but apparently not. Let's see if we can get a bit closer. We're going to be dismounted. Oh, we are so close to to where I want to go. It's just up there. Ah, no, okay, I think I probably deserved that. Right, so we are not flying up. That is fairly clear. We want to be all the way up there. I don't think you reach it from this side. There's quite a big gap in the wall here. This wall, of course, features very heavily in early parts of Guild Wars 1 if you've played any of that. It separates the humans from the Charlands, and it is not in a state of disrepair in the first game. I'm wondering how to get up. I haven't seen anywhere obvious yet, but I will say the jumping puzzles in Guild Wars 2 are not always obvious, or at least they're not obvious to me. Sometimes there is a really clear path that you need to follow and you can see platform after platform to jump onto. But sometimes you are just sort of flinging yourself at a slope or a cliff until you find the right point. Let's head up here. This does look promising. We will fight our way through, as I suspect if you don't take these ghosts out, they will probably slow you down enough that jumping becomes very difficult. I'm not immediately seeing where to go. Probably over here. Ah, but not like that. Well, that was painful. I think we're on the right lines. I just haven't quite got it right yet. If I had thought this through, I might have chosen a different map to complete for this video, because I am really not great at jumping puzzles, and I have said that before. I am not in general much of a platform gamer. They don't appeal to me very much. There we go. We've made that jump, so that is a good start. I'm sure there will be many more opportunities to fall to my death though. So let's see how we go. What's this letter? I've come too far to turn back now. Well, I suppose that might be true, although I think we've still got quite a long way to go. That looks like someone else trying to do the jumping puzzle. As I'm mostly play Norn, as that character was, I have to say it is generally harder to complete jumping puzzles with a Norn because they are so big that you sometimes can't see the platforms you're trying to land on. My partner has played Azura quite a lot on and off, and he nearly always chooses an Azura character when he's going to do jumping puzzles. This human I am playing here is definitely a lot smaller than my Norn ranger, so that might make things a bit easier than I am used to. Now I need to get up there, but I can't quite see how to do it. Do I just jump up in this corner? No, doesn't look like it. I think the platforms are usually a bit more obvious than that, but not always. I think maybe we need to go back this way. I think if we follow the trail of ghosts, that will help us work out where we need to go. We're definitely going higher here, and there is another letter. So that is promising. Right, I need to make this jump. Oh, I did it. This is about the point in a jumping puzzle where I will start to get really nervous, which obviously doesn't help me with completing it. But once you get sort of halfway through, like here for example, this looks tricky. If you make a mistake, you are going a really long way back to do it again. So, sweaty palms all round. Ooh, we've made it so far. There's not even any glider use out here, so I can't glide to the lower platforms. I think we're on the right track though. I can see the hero point ahead. We are so close. Now, where are we going? Oh, I don't like the look of this last jump. Okay, here we go. And we're across. Now, we just have to get up this last bit and try not to fall off. That would be really annoying. How do I get up there? I don't think I want to go back. No. It feels like it's there, but... let's go round here. Here we go. And we are up. That's a very high level raven up here. I perhaps should have read those letters on the way up. I'm not going to go back and read them all now. There we go. Let's commune with this place of power. Complete the hero challenge. That is 7 of 8 completed. 1 more to get. And we just need to jump to the vista without falling off. Very successful. I am hopeful that that will be the hardest part of map completion out here completed. I'm quite pleased with that. Only 1 disastrous fall, and that was quite near the beginning. So that went really quite well. Now there's a corner of the map to the east that I have not uncovered, so we're going to go that way. We can glide. That could have been nasty. I probably should have checked I could glide before I launched myself into the air. Let's hope for not too much jumping after this though. We are here for a nice, relaxing time, and I do not find the jumping puzzles relaxing generally. I really like this corner of the map, Breachwater Lake. This does stick in my mind as a very scenic spot. We have the ruins of the wall through the middle, but the water is lovely and there's all these autumnal colours of Ascalon. Very atmospheric. Maybe a few too many ghosts to use this as a relaxing spot for a picnic, but nice when you're just passing through. I want to go over this bridge. I think we are really, really close to levelling up. There is a point of interest off to our right. The way it is in the cliff like that makes me think it will be in a cave. Could be an underwater one. Let's just have a look up here first. somewhere there will be a cave opening. I think. I'm not immediately seeing it up here. Ah, there are some diving goggles though. Shall we do those while we're here? I think it would be rude not to. They're hardly high enough jumps to actually do any tricks though. So we're looking for an underwater cave. I think I probably need to go lower. Here we go. Wow, that is a lot of river drakes. And we have leveled up. We're now level 28. It's quite pretty in here, but that is a lot of drakes. And in fact, there is a juvenile river drake. Because this is a new ranger character, there are quite a lot of pets still for me to tame. I won't equip him just now. I don't think this goes anywhere. We are being really mauled by river drakes though, so let's take a few of those out so we've got room to decide what to do next. This veteran is irritatingly almost between river and land, and my character can't decide which combat skills to use. Someone's zooming in on a manta ray. Let's just grab this level reward. To be honest, I would rather leave a lot of the rewards for later, but they sort of dance around on the screen and it's a bit annoying, so we'll get that out of the way. And then I think it is time to teleport further north. I'm not going to run absolutely everywhere in this video. Apparently I'm going to walk. I seem to be stuck walking. What's going on there? There we go. I'm not going to run everywhere. I do in a lot of my videos and I do really enjoy that, but I really wanted to focus on map completion today, so I am trying to speed things up a little bit. It would be fun to take this character into some completely new maps where I haven't run through and unlocked loads of waypoints. That might be something I do at a later date. I'm also considering starting a brand new character to make some videos about. It's quite a long time since I made a new character in Guild Wars 2. There are probably loads more character customization options that I have never seen. And I'm trying to think if there are any classes I haven't played yet. There may well be. Now we are next going to assist the Ash Legion. This is a heart I just briefly started in my last video. I was taking part in the event here that leads to the Font of Rand, and I decided not to complete the heart at that time because I wanted to explore a bit further, but now is definitely the time to do it. It looks like the portal to the Font of Rand is open, which actually is a bit inconvenient for me because it means there's not very much going on in this corner of the map. No events, not really any hostile enemies to take out. So I'm probably going to be stuck just seeing what I can find to get rid of these flame fonts and similar. found some battle plants and an ember spawned. That actually filled up quite a bit of the experience bar, so maybe this won't take as long as I thought. I do think quite often hearts where you are destroying fixed objects like these turrets are slower to complete. I suppose because the objects don't fight back in the same way, they're seen as easier targets, so they don't give you as much experience as enemies. There is the portal to the Font of Rand up there. I made the mistake of going through that in my last video and having to retrace my steps to get back up here. I won't do that today. We really are focusing on the heart as much as possible. You see, I think there should be loads of enemies around here and there's nothing because all the events have been completed, so there's not much going on. Here's one, possibly two. Another font. These seem to be the most effective ways. There we go. We've assisted the Ash Legion and the heart is complete. Now, where shall we go next? There is a patch of the map that I haven't actually been through. And there is a hero point here that I haven't done yet, so let's head down. Let's go round to this hero point and see what this is. Rancher in training, Poison Swill. We have to fight his giant bull. Actually, I think this might be the toughest thing we have fought so far. It has a massive amount of health. It's not doing a lot of damage. There we go, he's such a good fighter, he made you look good. I have to admit, the bull was a good fighter, he took quite a long time to beat. Now we're going to head to that patch of map that I haven't uncovered yet. It was very small, but I must have just missed running through it on trips out here in the past. So we're going to go into this fort by the look of it and see what we can find. We're still looking for a few hearts. This is Bulliac Arsenal. Quite appropriate given we've just fought a bull. There is a waypoint that I haven't got yet. I wonder if that's my last one to unlock. Waypoints are one of the things I do focus on unlocking when I first run through a zone, just because they are so useful. Yes, that's 19 of 19. That was the last one. There doesn't actually look to be anything else here. I was expecting a vista or a hero point, but there isn't really anything. I think we've completed most of this side of the map, so we'd quite like to go to Nargaling next. Now the waypoint is contested because it nearly always is. There is an event that spawns there to fight an ogre, I think it is, and Certainly back in the early days of Guild Wars 2, the ogre was incredibly difficult to beat. It took really quite a big group of players, and the event would spawn all the time. So quite often that waypoint would be contested for hours at a time. People would try and fail to take out the ogre. It was really quite a feat. Didn't really get you very much. It's just an ordinary event. I'm looking for a way in to a point of interest. Again, I'm assuming this is a cave. It's sort of in the rock, but I'm not quite sure how to get in. Hopefully, if we keep working our way around here, we will see an opening. This looks promising. We have Flame Legion guarding an entrance, and here we go. That is Phasma Castrum. I don't really have any reason to go in there, so I won't fight all those Flame Legion. That is the point of interest unlocked. Let's revive this Char Soldier on the way out. If we keep working east, there is a vista to find. We'll head there next. It seems to be evening again. It always seems to be dark when I'm out in Diessa Plateau. And I have played out here at various different times of day in real time, but it just always seems to be dark when I'm here. It looks like the Nargling waypoint is not contested, so someone has presumably got rid of the ogre if that's what the issue was. We are really close to the vista. How do I get up there? I'm not immediately seeing a way up. It's not from this side. And it doesn't really look to be from this side. I have a feeling we need to drop down to it, which means we need to get higher up the cliff and come back this way. I sort of want to get up there, but I'm not sure how. How do I get up on that cliff? I probably could fly to this one on the sky scale, but seeing as we managed the last jumping puzzle, let's try and do this the old-fashioned way as well. We'll go a bit further round. Maybe I need to be further up the cliff. And actually there is a heart here to maintain a garden, so let's do that as we are passing through. Now this looks like one of those hearts where you don't fight anything. We have to pull up some weeds, repel grub larvae from plants, stop chickens from feeding. How do I stop the chickens? Not sure yet. There's a hungry chicken. I can't attack it, they're invulnerable. Getting rid of the grub larvae seems to be fairly easy. Oh, I've just noticed that when we pull up the weeds, it replaces them with a lovely patch of flowers. Why there is a char trying to garden out here in this tiny little rocky hollow, I do not know. I do feel the chart in general, or perhaps the Racing Guild was too, that are the least easy to understand. As in, we found a chart standing in the back of a cave selling us meat in the last Diessa Plateau video. We're very close to completion. The grub larvae come back really fast. And can we get rid of the hungry chicken? I've equipped a shovel and I can't make it work. Oh, there we go. The chicken, after being threatened with a shovel, is no longer hungry. Seems a little bit mean, I have to say. There we go. We have maintained the garden. So we will go back to what we were doing before, which was trying to get to this vista. I thought maybe I could go up around this little hollow, but now that I'm looking at it, that actually looks like it's not in the map at all. I don't think I can get up there. No, I don't think this is the way. I've probably come far too far away from the vista. Some of them do have quite long run-ups to them, and I remember that being particularly true in Ascalon, but I don't think it's that way. Let's head back to where the Devourers are. It's right there, I'm so close to it. Ah, I've had an idea. These rocks. Can we jump up here? Yes, we can. There we go, that's the way. So we will jump or glide down. Try not to glide right off the edge, and there's the vista. And we are looking at Nargling there. No ogre in sight this time. Now we are 95% complete with this map. We have got a heart here to do. There is a point of interest down there in Nulani, and another heart somewhere that I can't just see. It is not showing up on the map. I wonder if I haven't run close enough to trigger it. I'm feeling it's most likely around that Bulliac Arsenal where I ran through earlier, but I'm not sure about that. If I can't find it, I might have to look that up. But I think that actually is where I'm going to wrap up chatting to you. I will keep going with the map completion. So if you're just enjoying the ambience and the sounds and music of this zone, please feel free to stick around. I really do intend to complete this map before I end the video. We'll get there one way or another. But thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this little chance to rest and relax and see a bit more of Diessa Plateau. We really have covered a lot of this zone in the last couple of videos here. But that's it from me for now. Once again, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.